All right, let's get a poll question going. Filter in the chat. Okay, we are good on this Catterday. We're just gonna hang out here for a little while. Look at Kit's big old head. Check out Yoda and his pink little hammy. Sure, he's doing well on this Saturday. Hi, Kit. Ellibot. Interesting name. Hi. How you doing? I don't know if you're new to the channel or not, but if you are, welcome. Got 9 cats here. We're just going to hang out here for about an hour or so. A little inside, a little outside. Hope you're doing well on this Catterday/Saturday. I don't. I'm sorry. Did you have a different name at one point in time? Hello there, Joe Daniels. Hope you're doing well in the UK. Yeah, we got 9 kitties all together here. If you want to know any of their names, let me know. I normally do tell their names, but just asking first. Ellibot, what was your other name? Because I don't remember. Maybe I haven't seen you in a while. I'm not sure. Ah, I do remember that name. Yes, yes. Been a little while. Hope you've been doing well. Kitties are just outside here. A little bit of birds singing. Joe, you had 9. Now it's 3. One is blind. All from Romania and Bulgaria. Interesting. We have a deaf kitty there, Joe. We've never had a blind kitty, but we have a deaf kitty. Almost all of our cats are either rescue kitties or they're foster fails. That calico there is the baby. Jake was the patriarch. Yeah, right now our patriarch is Zelda, our 19-year-old. Eventually our numbers will dwindle down too, but we'll see if we keep them up high. We've had 9 for quite a while. That white kitty cat there is Pandora. She's just recovering from a hyperthyroid issue that she had. She had a procedure done to eliminate her tumor, so she's doing better now. The little guy in the pink hammock, that's Yoda. He's our chief troublemaker. Kit. Hey, Kit. What's up, honey? We've also done a lot of fostering too, my wife and I, through the years. We probably fostered maybe 50 or 60 kittens. This here was our one adult foster that we fostered. Hello there, Jesse. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday. Took a chance to be out here in the screened-in porch, even though it is definitely hot out here. But I'm on my wife's phone, so we shouldn't have that heat issue. Does the Joe? Does your blind one get around well? And do you happen to know were they born blind or did they become blind? But hello there, silly little kitties. We definitely got a lot of silly little kitties on here. We got 9 of them there. Hello, Simply Lou. I hope you're doing well today. Hope life is treating you well. Jesse, have you ever had these beds rip before? No, not yet, Jesse. Not yet. We've had these hammocks for about maybe a year, maybe more. So we've been good with them. Yoda has some daggers there. I'll kind of zoom in. You can kind of see his claw there. So he's like, yep, I got the tools to make them shred. Or rip. But not at the moment. Ellibot, your cat Coco, is outside having the best time of his life, laying in the dirt, turning around and having so much fun. Nice. Joe, he even got out once. You were so worried, but you found his way home. He was astray in Bulgaria. Oh, with his own, like, a group. Okay, his own colony. He had an eye infection, and they couldn't treat it, so... Oh, okay, so he went blind to both eyes, but he's okay. Okay, good to hear. Jesse, you've seen the ones on cat trees rip. Yeah, I have on cat trees also. I don't think they're as steady, Jesse. They're not structurally as steady as these ones are. Lower base of support. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Adam, aka Catattainment. We do have 9 cats. These live streams last about an hour or so. We just pretty much just show the kitties, answer any cat-related questions that somebody might have. They're pretty normally calm, chill, and relaxed for the most part. Joey, looks like the black and white Yoda kitties here, but they're all black. Okay. You going in, Whites? AKA Pandora? There's probably a few that are on the other side of that door that I'll show in a little bit here. It's like to spend some outside kitty time. Unfortunately, these kitties have to be supervised when we're outside in the screened-in porch because this one right here, Kit, a few years ago, she broke through one of our screens. And ever since then, whenever they're outside, we're outside. That wood right there, Jesse, sometimes we have stronger gusts of winds. So we put it there because if you have a strong enough gust of wind, the door will open. So because of that, that's why we have that piece of wood there. I mean, right now we got a little bit of wind blowing. I'll kind of zoom up to the trees a little bit. You might be able to see the trees kind of swaying a little bit, like their branches. And if the cats are out here and we have a big enough gust of wind, it'll open up that door, then they might fly out. Joe, they all do get along fairly well, yeah. We have a pretty solid group that don't really have any issues with each other. I mean, there's some little fights here and there. There are definitely some strong personalities in our 9. Like this one Kit here, she likes to control everybody. The baby here coming up to me. The baby's very needy. Joe, we live in the North Carolina, so NC, eastern part of the state, or eastern part of the country. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the U.S. as far as the states go. This little one is 13. We've had her since she was about 6 weeks old or so. She was a little fuzzball growing up. Joe, yeah, NC is a good state to live in. You're a couple hours from the ocean. You're a couple hours from the mountains, depending where you live. And I would say people are overall very nice in the South. Jesse, what part of South Carolina did you visit before? Myrtle Beach? Charleston? Those are kind of the main areas. Yes, baby, you are shedding something crazy. What part of the UK do you live in, Joe? And I've heard the UK is always gloomy and rainy. Is that true? My wife and I, we went down to a honeymoon. We went to Ireland, so kind of similar to the UK. Jesse, you don't remember? It was for your stepdad's aunt. Ah, I see. And your kit. Hi there, Rima. I hope you're doing well. Rima, I think you were on my not last live, but the live before on Thursday. Everything should be working properly now. I can't remember if you were on Thursday's live or not. They're very short 10-minute live, but I think we're good now. Yesterday there was no issues. We were all good. Joe, Bristol, okay, but you're moving to Weymouth Beach next year. The weather is not great this year. No spring and not much summer. Ah. Well, we're definitely hot out here in the U.S. Last few days we've been like nearly 100. Rima, yeah, there was some kind of problem going on. I don't know if it was on my end or maybe it was on YouTube's end. I have no idea. Jesse, good question. I go to school with cat hair on clothes. On occasion, yes. I do have, what are those one things? Lint rollers. They do a good job. But, you know, you're definitely always going to have some cat hair, though. Having 9 cats is just part of the equation. Hello there again, Puppet Cat. I hope you're doing well on this Saturday. This time, Puppet Cat, we're outside here in the screened-in porch with our others, not with Rosemary. Rosemary's up in her room at the moment. You need a tumble dryer. I hear you there. Jesse, hopefully no one's allergic to cat hair. Yeah, hopefully, but, you know, it's very minimal cat hair. You know, technically, actually, my wife, who's allergic basically to everything, she is allergic to cats, too. But it's a very, like, small allergy or light allergy, I'll say. Let me go over and see what Pandora's doing. Hey, Pancakes. What's up? What? What? Hello there, Seabo. I'm just gonna call you Seabo if that's okay. Hi, how you doing? I know whites. This one also, she's 13. Pandora's 13 too. Pandora used to donate blood when she was younger. She was she's got some gunk in her eyes. She's getting some gunky eyes. She used to kind of work in a college university, and she was what they were called a blood donor cat. So when cats come in and they'd have blood transfusions that were needed, she was one of the cats that would give her blood and help those kitties survive if they had like maybe anemia or bone marrow issue or something like that where they needed blood. Guess that's my wife, Catherine Holmes. There might need to move Kit. So Kit's not by the door, so Kit's by me. Yeah, all of our kitties, as I'm sure most of your kitties too, you know, have some interesting backstories, have some interesting little fun facts to them. Hey, Kit. Yeah, Joe, I know you said you had a 9 a while ago. Now you're down to 3. The last time we had just 3 kitties, we would have been back in 2008 or so. 2009 was the last time we only had 3. So it's been a long time. Coming out at the moment here, this is our oldest kitty. This little old lady is Zelda. Zelda normally hangs upstairs in our main room, in our master bedroom. But every so often we'll bring her out. Or not bring her out, but bring her downstairs so she can enjoy the sun. Zelda is 19, for those who are new. Zelda, well, likes to sniff the baby's butt there, as you can see. Zelda's also a diabetic kitty. I don't know if anybody's familiar with cats and diabetes, but Zelda's had diabetes for going on about a decade now. She's very regulated with her diabetes, with her insulin shots. Overall, she's doing well. Joe Jake had similar markings, so he must have been like a. I think these are called, sometimes some people refer them to as mackerel tabbies. Some people refer them as brown and gold tabbies. But overall, for her age, she's doing very well. Jesse, does Zelda slap the playful kittens? No, Zelda doesn't really slap anybody. Zelda's always been a very peaceful kitty. She doesn't really hate. Not, I don't want to say hate. She doesn't really go after anybody. Really, she's very mellow. Zeus, Zelda. Zelda's favorite time of the day is when she gets fed. Wait. I know. Kit. You're okay, Pandora. Is it licky time? Kit, you don't need to be biting me, honey, just because I'm not petting you at the moment. Yeah, a little backstory on Kit, those who might be new here. She was our only adult foster, and when we first got her, fostered her, I should say, she had she was abused or neglected when she was younger, so she was very shy. We popped her into her room for a little bit and went in there, fed her and tried to love on her and give her attention. She was very shy. She would hide under the bed for weeks and weeks. And eventually, slowly but surely, she started to be coming out more, wanting to be petted and wanting to have some attention. Over the months that we fostered her, eventually we decided to adopt her. And now she's probably the kitty that wants the most attention out of everybody, I would say. Hey, honey. Joe, cats can eat and not be put on weight, I find. It could be. Could be. Or you could have the opposite, and you could have a cat that eats and eats and eats and lose weight. Like Pandora here, when she had her hyperthyroidism. She would eat a lot, but she would lose weight. At her lowest, she was like 7 pounds. And now she's back up to about 8.5 pounds or so. Hi. You want to chew on my finger? Pandora's got a big mouth, as you can see. Pupper Cat, your cat is 19 pounds? Big pounds? Or is it a big kitty or just a little chunky? Ellie, your kitty likes to slap you because every time when I get close to him, slap every time I put my hand down, slap, then everything, carry him, slap. Huh. Well, Ellie, some Some cats like to slap, for sure, but I don't know. Let me think about that. Might be able to help that. Hello there, Tranquil. I hope you're doing well today. And Tranquil, I'm glad that John was able to help out the rest of that vet bill at that one kitty cat that you're helping. He's a tuxedo cat, but he just eats all the time. Okay. Joe, does anyone know why they do the gentle bites? You call them the love bites. You know, Joe, I think it could be like kind of like you said, it could be like a little love tap. Um, it could be something for attention sometimes. I notice like Kit on occasion does that. Pandora here does that. I think it's a lot of time attention. Um, but Tranquil, what do you think? Because I know you've had kitties as long as I've been alive. um, so you have any thoughts on that, Tranquil? And you're welcome for the visit, on your live earlier. I saw you were live. I'm like, oh, let me pop in because usually I'm not able to during the weekday because working with little children is always the best of times. I've also have a lot of, I have a good amount of cat experience myself. Probably been around cats for a good 30, 35 years or so. Worked in multiple animal hospitals, stuff like that. So, but a lot of the folks that are on here, the regulars, they have a lot of kitty experience too. So it's a good group, especially if you're a cat lover, fan of kitties. Just slowly, surely, just building up my little cat community, little by little. Tranquil, you think attention? Yeah, that's what I said earlier. I figured most of the time. Oh, whites. Oh, whites. I know it's a whitey whites. Oh, you gonna bite me, white whites? Which of them are rescue cats? Basically, let's see. Zelda, she was a rescue kitty. I had a cousin of mine, and their mom lived with them uh, until Zelda was about 6 months old, and then one day I heard that they started putting Zelda like underneath a trailer that they were living in, and I'm like, nah, let's not do that. Um, so we went and we got Zelda out of that situation. But really, in a way, you can kind of say all of these are kind of rescue kitties or foster cats. Puppet. I'd say more foster fails though, if you're familiar with that term. Jesse, we normally separate, I should say. And we've always been successful with that, Jesse, except for Rosemary. Rosemary's the one cat who, despite all of our efforts, just does not get along well with the others, unfortunately. I always tell people, like, if, because obviously having kitties can definitely be expensive. We have our nine, and when it comes time to food, litter, water, toys, it definitely can be expensive. And then you have the vet costs and stuff like that, and other emergencies that pop up. It can definitely it can be expensive having nine. So I tell people like if they want to still be around cats, but they can't necessarily afford them. Um, that fostering is a great thing because for the most part, if you're with a foster group, they will um, provide pretty much everything for you as far as food, litter, typically litter box. You know, they'll provide all that stuff for you. All you have to do is just get them to and from the vet, and just give them a lot of love and attention. Joe, what you're saying? So one is semi-feral. He is normal at home, but won't come out for visitors. But I can't remove him from home for vets. He will beat the crap out of you. Any advice he needs to come home with him when we move? Let me think about that for a second, Joe, and let me just reread that myself, just without saying it. So, how old is the kitty, Joe? Is he a younger kitty, older kitty? Just let me know in chat. Joe, do foster groups do a background check? I know my wife is on this live stream too. Honestly, I don't remember. It's been a little while since we've done any fostering. So I know they do. Sometimes they do a home check. They'll visit your home just to make sure that you're not that you're able to provide the adequate space for them. Um, and they'll have an interview with you. But I don't know if they'll actually do a or a background check or not. I think it really just depends on it. So, but I guess my wife is also saying something there too. Joe, in Bulgaria, the people say he was the worst to transport they ever knew. He's about 8. Okay, he just doesn't want to go out, etc. I gotcha. Hmm. So, Joe, just to make sure I understand properly, it sounds like it's kind of like a cage issue. Is that correct? That's at the time I'm reading that. He just doesn't want to go in cages. There is some potential advice on that, but let me know if that's what you're meaning. Just so I'm clear and I understand. We're gonna spend probably a couple more minutes outside here with these kitties, and then we'll go inside and check out the other like 4 or 5 that are inside, especially our special needs kitty. Oh, I know Pandora. Ellie, you know how kids was grabbing your Kit was grabbing. That's how my cat loves to slap me. Oh, okay. A lot of the time, Ellie, for me, that's just kind of like a love tap or kind of a love thing for me. It's not ever serious. Kit can sometimes be a little moody. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this though. Also, um, I wouldn't recommend doing what I do sometimes. But I am hands-on with our kitties. Not like in a bad way or anything, but you know, I will let them bite me and scratch me on occasion because I think sometimes they just need that. All right, Joe. So you think so? So he thinks I'm trying to evict him. He got out 2 times and ran back in. Vet says he feels safe there and refuses to go out for your day. Okay, Joe. One thing, and you might have already tried this. But let me know. One thing you can try though is is to associate obviously the carrier to a place where he's not going to go somewhere bad. So you can try like putting treats. Have you tried putting treats or food into the carrier? Or another thing you can try also, because cats are very scent heavy. You know, like a lot of what they do is based off of what they smell. So, is there like a favorite blanket or like a t-shirt or something that he has his scent with it? Because what you can do, you can kind of get that close to the cage, and then he might start to realize, like, hey, my scent is also like in and around this carrier. This carrier is not a bad thing. It's like a warm, comforting thing having his own scent. So let me know if you tried either of those. Jesse, make sure their ears don't lie backwards. Possibly, Jesse. Possibly. That's not always the case, but it is usually the case. It also just depends on the person. It depends on the cat. There's a lot of variables when it comes to that. But overall, I would agree with that. All right, I'm going to come up here. We're going to go visit some inside kitties. Hi, Yoda. I know, you're just lazing, aren't you? You haven't tried that yet. You'll get a big one and make a little den with food, toys, etc. Yeah. Just I would give that a try, Joe. With some food, with maybe a blanket, not like a big blanket, a t-shirt, a towel, just something that he can get his scent onto. So feel like more secure. A couple of our kitties are definitely a pain in the butt to get inside a carrier. Maybe like 2, but most of them are pretty good though. He cuddles with you, is fine to unless you pick up for too long or try to get him into the carrier. I understand. All right. Got to go out there. So let's see another kitty. You wouldn't think he was semi-feral by how he acts. So here's a new one.
It's okay, Zeus.
Now this little old one is Tine Tine. Hello there, Cake Graham. How you doing? Yeah, this is our one female tuxedo. We have 3 tuxedos out of 9 altogether. Hope you're doing well. Tiny here. She's not so tiny. You can't necessarily tell the way she's laying. She's a little chunky. She's a little chunky monkey. She's got some weight on her. She's about 13. What I'm saying, 13. I wish she was about 16 pounds. She knows I'm talking about her too. Hello there, Foxy. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are going well out there for you. You always call them Sylvester cats, yeah, or Felix. Guess Zelda's still kind of prowling over there. Tiny normally doesn't like to be on camera too often or too long, so I'm just only going to hang out here with her for just a few more moments, so then we're going to go up and we're going to go find Maximus, and we'll go visit Rosemary. And I don't think you've seen really Orange today. I don't even know where Orange even is right now. Orange. Apparently he's upstairs, hiding. No. All right, Tine Tine. I know, it's enough for now, Tine Tine. Hi, crazy. All right. I would highly recommend those who have kitties, unless you already have one of these infinity scratchers. Highly recommend these. They last quite a long time. They do cost about $40 or so. I think $40-$50 maybe. It's cool because they got 2 sides to them. So I think it'd be a really cool thing to have. Appreciate that there, Cake. Hopefully you love the kitties. We have about, 900 videos or something on the channel. So hopefully it'll be a cool place for you. Oh, you're welcome there, Lynn. Well, here's Maximus. You might know Max is your favorite or one of your favorites, so he's just hanging out in his bed. Whiskers Maximus is his name, aka Max, aka Casanova, because he thinks he's a ladies' man, but all the ladies always just slap him away usually. He's got no luck in love. Max. Graham, how do you get them to use the scratcher? Your cat just ignores the scratcher and they scratch up the couch. Hey, I'm in the same situation. Ooh, where you going, Maxie? Cake, to answer your question though, just a lot of patience, basically. Trying maybe a variety of different scratching posts sometimes work. We'll see. Max, I think he's going to go to his closet. We're going to go. Catnip, yeah, could be a potential. It's going to get bright here for a second. I'm following you, Maxie. It's going to get bright again. Yeah, laying some catnip, like Joe suggested, could be an idea. Maybe using like some kind of, you have 10. Wow, that's quite a bit. Some kind of, like a feather toy or like a worm toy. Max, come here. Oh, oh. Could be something that works, but I understand we do have a big couch and it definitely gets scratched up. I mean, we have carpet, it gets scratched up, and that's the thing with cats is you are going to have things that just get scratched, as I'm sure you know. Maxie. Max on me is what's up, buddy? I know you want a little bit of a belly rub. Hi, honey. You're a good boy. Max, we've had since he's about maybe about 4 months old. Max is 9. He's a loving boy. Graham, when he scratches your couch, he just stares at you with a smirk on his face, and he goes down. Yeah, I think that's a pretty common situation. One thing I could say that could work, though, for you, Cake, as far as something like a couch, there are some, and I can show you this in a second here, I think. There are some spots on the couch that we have, they're kind of like a, oh gosh, what is it? It's like a plastic film or like a yeah, I think it's like a plastic film, almost like a laminate type of situation. And when they scratch it, their claws, they don't like it, so they stop. So that's something that you could try. Probably just buy on Amazon also. Let me just kind of scroll back here. Pupper Cat, you have 2 cat scratches. You have 2 cat scratchers, but 3 of the kitties will scratch everything but the scratching posts. One of them have catnip in it, but they still don't scratch it, and you don't know why. Yeah, you know, it's like one of those things, you buy toys, right, for your cats, like these fancy toys, and all they care about is the box they go into, right? They'll play with the toy for like a minute, maybe a day, and then they want to go in just the box. You know, cats like simple stuff. Hello there, Scorpion. I'm not going to say your whole name. I'm just going to say Scorpion. Hopefully that's okay. That's Maximus. Hi, Maxie. Sometimes Maxie is a little shy when it comes to these live streams. So I don't bother him too much. If he goes, he goes. It just depends on his mood. Scorpion, you're talking about Maxwell? I have. There's been quite a few people who have said Max looks like Maxwell the cat. I do know what you're talking about. Maxie. Hi, Maxie, baby. All right, we're going to go in with Rosemary. Maximus. The world would rather, they would rather play with the water dish other than the toys you buy them. That's for sure. All right, so we're gonna go into Rosemary's room. She was up at the moment. Hey, Rosie. What? Those of you new, this is Rosemary. She is our 16, 17-year-old deaf kitty. She also has a hyperthyroid issue, so she's on medication for that. It's mostly controlled. She does not get along with our other kitties. However, Peppercat, you may not be able to. That's fine. No worries on that. Come and go as you please, as always. She doesn't get along with other kitties, so she has certain times during the day and the night when we let her out, and then our other cats are in the rooms. So there's no silliness going on with Rosemary. But as you can see with Rosemary's room here, she does have a bed, a little step thing. She's got a couple of chairs. She's got a desk. She's got quite a bit. Let's see, Joe, what is your question? How does she cope with being deaf? Very well, actually. Very well. It doesn't seem like it slows her down or anything. We don't know if she was born deaf or if she became deaf over time because we've only had her. We've only had her in our lives for just a couple of years nearly. Before that, we don't really have much of a backstory of like how her life was before us. Rima, you should bring her a sink into the room. Yeah. So one thing, if you are new, for example, Joe or Cake, a lot of the times when she is downstairs and I do my live streams, because I do these lives every day. Excuse me. I do these every day, and a lot of the time she'll be downstairs and she'll be up in the kitchen sink. She just sits in the kitchen sink. She loves the kitchen sink and she loves that water. Let me see. Joe, you like the steps? Yep. Are they for making, yep, exactly. That's exactly what those steps are for, Joe. They're just to help older cats get up. They have maybe like arthritis or, some kind of issue. It helps them get up. Absolutely. Scorpion, did you go too far in making your cats pay the bills? No. I mean, I wish I could make our cats pay some bills, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Maybe you can clue me in sometime. Hello there, Christine. Hope you're doing well. Oh, though, and also here's another heads up for me. So a lot of the times I'm very like honest and what people might consider to be gross, but it's part of me, and part of just what I do, being kind of raw and honest. So occasionally I might talk about a subject that's a little gross. So just fair warning. But those who have been watching me for a while and have been kind of, watching Rosemary's journey and all that stuff, her poop has gotten better. Those who know her poop has been a little liquidy and a little diarrhea. It's gotten a little bit more solid, so it seems like it's getting better. And that's just a drawback to her thyroid disease. But just a FYI for those that might be interested in that. Ellie, so one time you had kittens and you bought this toy that had a feather ball within a ball and some strings. And then they gave it to the kitty. The kitty loved it, and they put it outside, and you never found it again. Okay. I think sometimes, Ellie, cats seem to like eat toys. We bought a ball that had like it lights up and it zooms around like a week ago, and the cats were playing with it, but I have no idea where that ball went. I think somebody ate the ball or something. I have no idea. So, it's weird. But yes, Rosemary definitely loves her outside time, her windows, because she can, she can check out the neighborhood, and she likes to definitely like to spy. She's like the little spy of the neighborhood. Joe Bless, it can be a good thing. The poop is you can see if they have upset stomach. Yep, absolutely. Scorpion, you told your cats that the world isn't free, and if they both want to live in your house, they have to start working, and now they both are starting to pay the bill. All right. Well, maybe one day I'll have that conversation with our nine. I got you, Scorpion. I appreciate that tip. Maybe I'll give it a try later tonight, and I'll probably just have just silence and just stares. But we'll try. Jesse, you thought the desk was Rosemary can work? Well, maybe that's what she could do. She can get a at-home desk job. She can start answering phone calls or something for like pet insurance, maybe. Hey, honey, how you doing? You got your wet nose? Here's another thing I would highly recommend. Again, I'm not like this isn't like a commission thing or anything on my end. Nothing paid or anything, but this is something we also got on Amazon. It's like a catnip kicker, so it's got like a lot of catnip in it, and the cats love this, and she likes hers. So I would recommend that too, just if you're interested. I think there's about two of them. Two of them I think cost about $20 or so. Jesse, yes, they do still have pet insurance. Jesse, if interested, I know like Lemonade is a pet insurance. I think it's called Lemonade, is a pretty big one, and I can't think of the other one. There's a few big ones though, like nationally big. Joe, what color is she? Light tabby, very. So she's like a tortoiseshell. Joe, kind of like just few mixture of like different grays mostly. What do you mean if they're interested? It's the perfect toy for cats. Well, I don't know. Are you the only one, or are there other people who just say brown to cats like her because she looks brown? It could be kind of a brown tabby, but she's technically a tortoiseshell. Scorpion, your kitty is with you right now. Yeah, like I said, she loves her little catnip kicker. It's funny. All cats kind of react differently when it comes to catnip, right? Some cats go crazy with it and they start getting the zoomies running all over the place. Some kitties, like Rosemary here, she just kind of gets all rubby happy, right? Um, some cats get very mellow and very sleepy, and some cats they have no reaction. They like they're like, okay, what is this supposed to do to me? And it's like they don't have anything. As you can see, she kind of likes to lick and kick. Hello there, Bruce. No worries about being late. You're all good, all good. Bruce, I still need to. I'll send you. I'll find a comment that you made, Bruce, and I'll send that email to you, so you'll have that, so I can maybe get some pictures there. If you all want to say hello to Bruce, that'd be awesome. Just those who may not know Bruce, he's really been kind of with me since I started these live streams way back about 3 months ago. 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I started doing daily lives, and he's pretty much one of the first people that popped in here. Scorpion, by the way, your two cats are male, and the little boy is in love with her because he looks at her with big eyes. Oh, nice. Also, another one, Tranquil. I think Tranquil's still in here, but I'm not for sure. But she's another one that's also been with me for quite a while since I've been here too. And Tranquil also has her own kitty channel. What'd you see there, honey? What was that? But like I said, those who are new, just a little bit more information, kind of just like a little FYI. I do these lives daily, like I said earlier. During the weekend, it's usually sometime between 2 to 4, or not 2 to 4, but sometime between 2 and 4 Eastern Standard Time. And during the week, Monday through Friday, it's at 7 o'clock standard, not standard, Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. So. It's a big struggle for me because my two cats are always fighting when they see each other. That's not good. Hopefully, it's just not a bad fighting. Joe, to answer your question, this should be called, if you go like on Amazon, Joe, and type in something like catnip kicker or something like that, like catnip kicker, it should pop up with this. Bruce Pandora is doing well. Excuse me. She is still slowly, very slowly. Her weight gain is kind of slowed a little bit, but she's maintaining her weight. But she is doing good overall. One other thing I briefly wanted to mention, I hate mentioning this stuff because it always seems like a sell, but it's just in case anybody is curious. I do have channel memberships if interested. I do have people where you can get supers and stuff like that. Supers are where you just donate to the channel. And the awesome thing about this channel is I have dedicated this channel to not making a single dime, a single penny to me. But all of the money, all of the whatever donations, supers, membership, all that stuff, everything is going to be going to cat charities across the country. So I just made it my own personal mission to help cats in need. So just a little FYI. I just throw that out every so often. I don't even mention it on every stream, just every so often. So it's always awkward talking about that kind of stuff, though, at least for me. Hey, honey. Are you coming down on my lap, honey? See if I can kind of get a good shot of her. You might be able to hear her purr, so I'll stop talking. Joe, I completely agree. Cats are definitely my passion. I'm always about advocating, inspiring, motivating, educating. Those are kind of like my four things when it comes to this channel. The biggest one being advocating. I'm always advocating for our feline friends. Jesse, yeah, that's normally how she reacts for me, Jesse, when she's awake and I visit her. She'll normally come, and my wife too. But the Rosemary is definitely, or let me put it this way, I am Rosemary's human. You know how just some cats are kind of just really connected to certain humans? They just have that relationship, that bond for whatever reason. Rosemary and me definitely have a connection. She keeps on wanting to, like, she's like going from side to side here, and I'm trying to keep like the best angle that I can for her. She's a small kitty cat, though. Rosemont only weighs about 5.5 pounds or so. She's always been small. We've always wanting to try to get her up to about 6 pounds. We've gotten her up to about 5.9 pounds, and she's been as low as 5.1 or so, just due to her thyroid disease. Hey, honey, let's go over on this chair for a second, girl. I know, let's just go over there for a moment. It's kind of hard to move you around, honey, then move the phone around. It's a little tough sometimes. Oh, you wanna do some spying? Our neighborhood is not the biggest neighborhood. There's only about 30 homes in here, so there's not a ton of action that goes on around here. It's a pretty quiet neighborhood. But it's a good neighborhood, though. You got your orange kitty. I'm sorry, chat kind of froze on me, so I'm just catching up with chat here. Cats are your like emotional support animals? Could be. Definitely won't disagree with you there. Do you take a backpack to school? Yes, I take a satchel, Jesse, to school. So kind of like a backpack. Just I guess it's an adult backpack. Yeah, Bruce, she's in her her suite for sure. Scorpion, cats think they're like humans if they grow up with a human, and it's because cats mostly don't know who they actually are if they were born. Could be. They've never hid in it, Jesse. They definitely like to sleep on top of it, though. Hi, honey. All right. It's approaching that 1 hour time frame. So those, yeah, it is a nice Yujo. Very calming, relaxing. You know, we're kind of out in the country here, small town in North Carolina. Cats don't know what animal they are because, like humans, when we're babies, yeah, maybe it could be true. That might be true, Scorpion. I don't really know on that. Maybe I'll have to look into it a little more. But anyways, I normally stop at about an hour, but before I stop, I just like to kind of give a thank you for y'all being here. Joe, I'll be on again tomorrow, sometime between 2 and 4 Eastern Standard Time. I can't really say. It just varies sometime between 2 and 4. It's closer to 2 o'clock, though. Scorpion, to answer your question, what is the time for us? Right now, I'm at 3:22 p.m. But let me start saying my goodbyes to everybody who's hung out with me and these kitties for the last hour or so. So Scorpion, Joe, Jesse, Bruce, Rima, Tranquil, Ellie, Nick, just kind of scrolling back in chat. I think that's everybody that I know of. Cake. There's been probably more, obviously, and people that just watch that don't comment, which is perfectly fine with me. But I always like to end by saying, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a good night. If you're thinking about adopting a cat, please think about adopting an older cat, because those older kitties, they need the love. Kittens usually get adopted very quickly, but older cats, they struggle sometimes getting adopted, and I really feel like older cats appreciate being adopted and into a loving home a lot more than a kitten would. Hug your kitties. Advocate, advocate, advocate. I can never say that enough. If you are a cat fan, a cat parent, a cat lover, advocate for other felines, and always speak up for those who cannot. That's how I like to end. Speak up for those who cannot. Until then, I'll be back on here tomorrow around the same time. I wish you all a wonderful evening, morning, day, whatever it might be. But anyways, until then, me and Rosemary, hi Rosie, we're gonna stay out. All right, y'all take care until next time. Bye bye.